I was just watching a video about prepping, and the guy mentioned how the average American is only 3 missed meals away from civil unrest. And it got me thinking, there's many times, by American standards, I've missed 3 meals in a row many times this year, right? At least, I would say at least once every 2 or 3 weeks, there's an occasion where I want to do a 24 plus hour fast, right? Most days I do 21 hours and then I spend 3 hours eating, but on occasion, at least once every 2 weeks, there is a day when I want to do a 24-hour fast. Now, I've never gotten violent over it. In fact, quite the opposite, right? I usually am at peace when I get to 24 hours. Usually things that would normally bother me a lot would wash right off of me, right? And it got me thinking how much less crime we could have if we taught our children how to go without food and at least for religious purposes, fast at least once a month, I would say, would be not a bad idea, right? And teach children the value of developing good... Apologies, I had a malfunction with my camera setup. Having good relations with food, right? Kind of like how we teach children good manners and how some people teach their children to use guns even, right, with hunting. I think good relations with food could go a long way in keeping the peace. I really do. Because how many times have you seen somebody who panhandles for money because they're hungry? Here in the Seattle area, a few years ago, before COVID changed the landscape, we were talking about decriminalizing various crimes for poverty-related issues because people needed to eat. But you know what? A lot of those people who were arrested for situations like that, they were overweight. I mean, when somebody begs on the street and says they're hungry, you know, I can kind of understand if they were at least honest and said that they needed their drugs and alcohol. That's pretty common nowadays, right? But to say what they're hungry when they're walking around with more body fat than I am, right? And they're telling me that they're hungry, I can understand it if they say that they're craving their favorite foods, right? Maybe I could understand that a little bit better, right? But very few people in America are actually hungry. And yet, apparently, if our food supply were to shut down for 24 hours, there would be major unrest, right? That's what I cannot understand. You know what would cause me major unrest? If somebody forced me to eat something that I don't want to eat for various reasons, right? Whether they be dietary reasons or religious reasons or philosophical reasons, which unfortunately happens a lot, right? At the workplace, there's a lot of pressure to fit in and eat when everybody else is eating, even when you would like to fast. That's what would cause me to go violent, right? Not having food when I'm not really that hungry and just craving my favorite foods, right? Thought I would point that out.